What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Digital Marketing Misfits. This is actually really episode number 16. The last one was a little bit of a shit show. But in true Misfit fashion, we're all caught up. We're all back on the rails. And we've got actually a couple of different topics, marketing topics that were, it was not a slow news week, I should say. As you can hear from the title, Feet Pics and the $1 million Pepsi logo. They're all really, really good stories and really, really good lessons in the power of marketing. And also a lot of times why you can ask whatever you want for whatever service you're charging, as you'll see with Pepsi. So hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
It's felt like a long 2 weeks. I don't know why. Doesn't it felt like
Dude, it feels like it's been 2 months.
I feel like
I
I'm
was
living
like,
in the Twilight Zone.
there's just a lot of stuff that's been going on the last 2 weeks, and it's felt like literally like 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, we had Thanksgiving week last week. I was going through our group chat to try to find the topics for tonight. And I'm like, did we talk about that? And then it was like, oh, well, no, we didn't, because there was been 2 weeks and there was like 30 topics. So again, it was not a slow news week. But we came off of a launch this past weekend. We were talking all November about Anonymous Influencer. That was what was that, an episode of Stress, I think, because everything broke. We once again proved that entrepreneurship is not always smooth sailing.
Well, yeah, what's the quote? If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong, or something like that. Like,
yes,
shit broke. I mean, it's just what happens.
Yeah, I mean, what was it, Scotty? He'll be here late. I'm sure I'll bring it up. But he got his big Ranger rule. Like, we were after our first one, we were at first webinar. He's like, no plan survives first contact on his Ranger rules.
Yep,
and that was 100% accurate. Who do we have here? And then we got tech reviews. We got T Junkie and Kurt. What's up, everyone? Drop a comment. Let us know what platform you're watching on, because we did add Facebook to this.
Oh,
and the
nice.
reason being, yes, we did, because it actually integrates with our new searchable website, digitalmarketingmisfits.com.
Nice.
So go check it out. We index everything. So it's cool.
Oh my God, it's like we're real marketers tonight or something.
Yeah, for real. Like this is starting to come together. 16
Fake
episodes.
it till you make it.
Exactly. Dud right now. Facebook, which group? No, it's just on a Facebook page, because we were running a bunch of ads through that page, and I want content on the page.
Surprise.
And also it makes the automations work. So all kinds of fun stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, the automations work when they work.
When they work. They've been working so far.
We almost broke things again, but that's just par for the course.
Yes. You're not a marketer if you haven't broken your stuff at least once. I tell every beginner that. Like, you will break things. Things will go wrong.
Once a week?
Easy.
At least. Yeah.
At least. I only tell you guys about the ones once a week.
I was going to say, I think it's a couple times a day, most likely.
Yeah.
I can't stop tinkering. Like, I always must be in a setting changing something. Hey, what does that do? Let me flip this switch. Let me see what happens. And then everything errors out and fires off 100 error emails. And I got a text from Jason. What'd you do? We've got 100 errors. Like, oh, I broke something.
But at least you learn how to fix it. And ultimately, that's entrepreneurship in a bottle right there, is solving problems.
Yeah.
If you don't break anything, you won't know how to fix it when it goes wrong.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. Anybody out there who's listening, who's starting your journey, don't be afraid to break stuff. It can always be fixed. It's a software. Yep. We don't have patients on the table doing open heart surgery. All right. If you slip and hit something wrong, you're not going to kill your patient.
Yeah. What's the quote? If you fall down on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up, and then you'll be all right. So yeah, failing's just part of the process.
Absolutely. So let's which store do you guys want to go into first of the three? I'm sure there'll be 100 different segues along the way.
I don't know. You choose.
Oh, I'll choose. Oh, all right. Since we're art marketers and this is a ridiculous podcast, I'm going to go right into Feet Pics. This is
I was going to say, hopefully it's not a choice like when I ask my wife what she wants for dinner.
Oh God, no. This is just decisive. So, all right, I'm going to try to play a TikTok. You guys will let me know, because I can never get screen sharing right. But basically, this is a print magazine that generated emails using some interesting stuff. So hold on. Let's see if I can get this right.
Press the N key.
Yeah, exactly.
But also mute your mic when you play it, because it.
Yeah, I got his mute mic.
You got my mute. Okay, because I'm really bad at that. All right, ready,
set.
So every year, our company sends out a holiday catalog. And this year, some genius on our creative team decided to blur out all the feet. And they put a little note in the catalog that's like, there's no free feet pics in this world. If you want pics, send them to this email address with your offering. And I'll give you 3 guesses who got tasked with responding to all those emails. Spoiler alert, it's me. So before we send the catalog out, my boss is like, any good ideas for the profile picture? And I'm like, yeah, what about this guy? And he's like, might be too obscure. And I'm like, okay, then what about this guy? And he's like, not quite there yet. And I'm like, okay, what about this guy? And he's like, yeah, that'll do. The catalog gets mailed out and the emails start rolling in. This guy, Jimmy, emails us. He's like, I want to be a part of history. I'm so proud of you babies, publishing a whole paper catalog, the only one I've read in the last 2 years. Good job. And then he's like, I don't actually care about feet, but I want to make someone's effort worth it. If there are actually feet pics, you have my full respect and my attention. So I'm like, you're welcome, Jimmy, except there's a whole lot of ass kissing in this thread and not a lot of feet pics. What gives? And Jimmy writes back and he's like, I don't usually do this kind of thing. Do I keep my socks on? Do I take them off? And then he's like, you promise no one's going to see this? No, I did not promise that, James. So I'm like, that's incredibly beautiful. Thank you, Jimothy. Here's your foot pic in return. And then I sent him, that's Danny DeVito's foot. I found it on Google Images. And he's like, you don't know what this means to me. And I say, I love you, Jimothy. And at this point, I feel like we've got something going on, but he replies and says, I know that, and you know how I feel about you, but we both know where it's heading and it could destroy us. Let's not spoil what we have, and we'll always have. If you want more of this foot content, smash that follow button and then...
I mean, probably the best way I've seen to generate email leads. You do not need a website. Everyone out there watching, you don't need a website to build an email list. That's proof.
You just need feet.
You just need feet. You need a strong, you need a lead magnet, and you need a call to action. And both of those things were on the page. It was the blurred out feet and says, if you want feet, email here. And then people were, again.
Can we talk about how great that content is, just generally, to listen to him talk about the story?
Such a good story.
Yeah, the way he narrated it, you were like involved. Like you're like, man, you're like wanted to watch it all the way to the end.
I just watched one of his videos like 5 minutes ago, and it's pristine storytelling. His content is just on point always. And like, it's just like the creativity behind blurring out the feet and leaning into the viral feet side of things, right? Like all of that collectively is just why this game is fun. Like you can cross lines and like have a little fun with it. You don't have to be a stickler. Like lean into who your audience is.
Absolutely. Hey, what's up, Scotty?
What's up?
So I'm like,
Ash will be like, hey, we're talking about feet pics.
about what? Oh, feet pics? Yes, right on time.
Perfect. He heard feet and came running.
Yep.
No, we were showing
who's volunteering to test that one? Dad?
It was me.
It was
me.
It was Dad's feet.
Awesome.
No, but Ray, when you were who was just talking, I forgot. I lost it. But the storytelling is incredible. I mean, just keeping someone hooked to the not even the end of the story, but even just the next part of the story.
You talking about Todd's book?
That too. That's another example.
Yeah.
Hey, Todd, we're going to plug you. Everyone, look at the Amazon code by Todd Snively.
Holy cow. Yeah.
Really good storytelling in that book.
Yeah.
It's just
open
got
loops.
Universal skill.
Yeah. Open loops. Use them for crying out loud.
Yes. For those of you who don't know what an open loop is, because I've been told that, it's a cliffhanger. Get good at them.
I did not know that.
Anybody who's ever seen Breaking Bad knows the perfect open loop.
Oh, yeah. That is 100%. Breaking Bad is the TV equivalent.
It's the quintessential.
Yes. Emails, blog posts, YouTube videos. That's why YouTube videos have that little like that cold open kind of like here's the hook, and then they cut into something else. It's great though when you can start doing it in real life with people. You just kind of casually mention something, then change the subject, and then they're like waiting for you. But you can keep people's attention. That is a skill.
No, I'm chuckling because Jason said Breaking Bad, and the whole time I'm like, like, what in that surfing movie with Keanu Reeves was the open loop? And I'm like, this whole time slowly processing because I just got back from a party and I'm, a little sauced. And I'm like, I'm like, oh, I get it. Not Point Break. Breaking Bad. Completely.
I need Scotty to show up sauced every week.
Freaking Point Break.
Point Break.
Breaking Bad.
Like,
I mean, can that be a crossover? Can we have Point Breaking Bad? Where
I'm like,
Keanu
wait a
Reeves
minute.
puts meth on
Patrick
the
Swayze
beach?
just went out into the break with a big wave and he said bye to Johnny. I don't know. How is that an open loop? Is there what? Okay. I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good.
We're fine. All right, so Scotty's gonna get sauced on everyone. All right, I see a comment here from T Junkie. I know, Jamal. This was completely over my head. Chat GPT.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. You guys are really enthused about it. I feel like I'm just old fuddy-duddy.
Yeah, and I just watched that video. You guys posted it in the Telegram, and I went and watched it earlier, and I was blown away.
So it hasn't been on your FYP for the last 2 days, like blowing it up.
Mm-mm.
I didn't even click on it when you guys were talking about it, so it's definitely not been on mine either.
You don't click on anything.
There are hundreds of TikToks about this right now. So they must be doing some marketing right. But that's what made me like late at night last night. I'm like, okay, I gotta go see what this shit's all about. It's really cool though.
So what is it though?
It's AI, but it was built by Elon Musk. It's like what's Google's version? Dream Nest or something? Or Deep Mind? That's what Google's doing, right? Deep Mind?
No clue.
Barb asked me in the group that, do you have any deficiencies in your life? All right, because you seem to know everything else. But this is one of those deficiencies. I know nothing about AI. I am so far out of my element.
It's part of Elon Musk's neural network. And Ian, somebody on here can probably chime in on this too.
What's a neural network?
It's what he's been building for, to put in monkeys and the his whole thing has been building this type of AI in the background. And it's super good. And I mean, for dope like me, can it write a story? Sure. But the things people were demonstrating last night about, hey, I'd like you to develop a video game that will do, fairly simple, like video game. What do you call it?
It's the coding. Yeah.
The coding. And then it, bam, goes.
It will write all the lines of code to build a video game, all like a brand new video game all by itself.
And build it well. Yeah.
I thought AI was just for stories. So wait, so you just like, create this digital thing, and then it just builds it.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to give it specific instructions, and then it will go and it will code out an entire game if you let it keep going.
And that's the thing Jamar said. If you let it keep going, so you can add on to it, right? So you'll say something, and then it gives you, output, and you say okay, and then you add a little bit more, and it'll keep going. It's fascinating.
So, all right. So how long until someone uses it to make a scam course on affiliate marketing? Build me a course on affiliate marketing and see what spits out.
One of the simplest things I do when I go into that or copy AI is, what is affiliate marketing? And then it starts spitting out that shit. So yeah, it will.
Now, is it factual or is it, because I've noticed that AI is more of creative writing than actual like researched nonfiction writing?
What it spit out for me was exactly what everyone would say about affiliate marketing, a Google search. But yeah, it seems to, and they have little disclaimers when you go to the site. They're like, certain things, this will be very good. And then all the way over to the edge, it's like, this is going to have some inconsistencies and may not be accurate. So yeah, buyer beware on that.
Okay. Oh, it's going to be.
Yep. Sounds like something over my head. I'm just going to stay over here.
Oh, you're totally going to get involved.
I'm going to do Reagan. I'm going to start keep buying my pallets. They sit there and they don't move. And I go, hey, this is a commode. You should buy it because it's made of plastic.
What on earth could I possibly, like, I am so simple.
It will write your blog post for you. It will write your YouTube, all your YouTube stuff. It will, I don't know.
Is it better than Jasper? Because I've tried to write blog posts with Jasper. It doesn't work.
This is better than Jasper.
And it just makes up the same shit.
This is 100 times better than Jasper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Somebody like that needs to get in there too. And Jason with your wordsmithing.
GPT-3 has been around. It's been around for a little while, but the thing is that every like 6 to 12 months, I mean, you've got entire teams of researchers and computer science people with big fat heads that just smash them together all day long in a room. And it just starts, right? It just keeps growing the technology to the point where it can build video games.
And it's open source. That's another like part of it that's like, that's why it's getting a lot of hype. So it's open source. So you don't pay for this. You just go and use it. Okay. And that only helps it build itself because now everybody's going to go use it. So that's going to help the learning process of AI, machine learning. So,
okay. So what is it? GPT. So Kurt's got here GPT-3. And then is that just openai.com? Is that the web address that we go? Is that where we go to play around with this thing? Because I feel like I can never find these like AI websites. And
hang on, I'll drop it in our chat.
It all seems a little bit
sketch.
I'm not clicking on it.
You click on Jason's shit all the time, Reagan. That's bullshit.
I don't ever click on Jason's things. Dom has to warn me when it's safe.
I explicitly say, Reagan, this is safe to click when that happens.
Have you seen my notifications? I clearly don't click anything.
Yeah, she's the opposite.
I want to see if
she's
I can bring that
up
on screen. That notification is insane. Where was that? Because this is the chat would like this one, guys. Reagan screenshotted her phone, and oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Let's bring this on screen.
Reagan has great personal control to not click on stuff. Dom has the least amount of personal control and clicks everything.
I click first and ask questions later. That's what I do here.
That's right.
All right, everybody. This is the screenshot that we got. 36,000 unread emails, 8,000 in Gmail, 85 texts, 51 calls.
I have some questions. Like, one, how? Two, why would you turn off the notifications? Doesn't that stress you out?
My notifications aren't on, just the bubbles.
Don't you worry of like missing emails?
I can't keep up with my life. So what happens is instead of going and overwhelming myself, I just create a new email address. Like, you know.
Oh my God.
No, I'm kidding. That's not exactly what happens. I just have one of those emails, the one with 40,000 is my email from like when I was 14. So like that email has just lived on forever. And like at this point, there's no going back. I've tried to do a read all. It just doesn't go away. It's an original Y-mail. So like, I'm not throwing that thing away. Please. I am cherishing that for the rest of my life. It's like my flip phone. I want it back. My life is far, far too easy and simple to even care about what notifications come through. Like,
yeah, look,
literally, it's just like I don't care. Like, great, and if it's important, I'll open it. You aren't going to get me with clickbait copy 90% of the time because I just don't care. If I want it, I'll click on it.
Unless it's Jason.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's right.
No, I want to say that, Reagan. This was not like, it's not a dig on you. I am just as bad, except I just turned the dots off. I just logged into my Gmail that I've had since 2010. 19,000 unread in the primary inbox, 10,000 unread updates, and 7,800 unread promotions, and 600 unread spam, and 1,200 unread social. So I'm probably close to 36,000 with you there.
Yeah, I mean, let's be really honest. I could probably go back in that thing and find like original Zanga posts. Like, how cool would that be?
Let us know in chat if you had a Zanga. I had a Zanga.
I loved how Barb was like, "This is from corporate," and I put it in the boxes and all these things. And I was thinking, as you were saying that, Barb, after 17 years, my last 10, delete everything. Nobody, if it's important, they're gonna get a hold of me. I never got in trouble. I never lost anything. When I took that methodology, I'm like, delete. And they're like, "Oh, do you have this?" Nope. Send it again. If it's that important, send it again. I swear to God. I used to be just like that, though. I'd have folders and all this shit.
I can't folder anything at work either. I currently have quite a few unread emails, but that's due to travel and expense reports being due right now and so many other things. But like, half of that shit really doesn't matter. I got it up here. I know to do it, and I just do it. Like,
And if you don't do it, somebody's going to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Reagan," and remind you, right?
Someone's going to get in my ass and let me know if I didn't do it. That's for damn sure. There's too many people depending on me. So no, it's not that easy. Like,
Great.
I'll leave it on unread. It doesn't matter. I'll get to it.
Yeah.
Unrelated, but Dom, where are you?
I'm in my house.
Is that a different, like, is that a fake background? Or
No, I turned everything.
He decided one day while we were in the middle of a launch that it would be a good idea to move everything and unplug shit. That's what Dom did.
You know what though? I had too much screen time, and I was like, you know what? I need something that's not screen related. And I have no life and have no hobbies. So it's like, let me just organize my desk.
Did you at least record it so you could put it on a TikTok?
No, absolutely not. Because I'm awful. I don't know. I don't think about these things. But yeah, I just kind of turn stuff. But now it's a very efficient setup. The other one was horrible. I literally had like 2 desks across the room. Now I have like a whole box, so I can like
hole in the ceiling now.
It's still there. It's in the same spot. Like the 2 comma club and the whiteboard have not moved.
Okay,
I'm just further here, but you can't
keep
see
my
the
hole in my ceiling and my 2 comma club right next to each other.
Keeps me humble. I know what the beginnings were.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, that's just proof that you do not need a fancy office to do $1 million online.
No,
it does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my brother goes, you still have the ghetto monitor set up. Yes, I do. So anyone here, like, I have a 3-screen monitor set up, one of which is an RGA, the really old one with the 2 screws. One of them is that from like 2008. The other one is an HDMI from like 2015, and then I got one that came with my most recent computer.
So one day when you upgrade and it's like that really high definition display, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing.
Yeah. I mean, look, the TV I watch, I bought in 2013. So, I mean, I have not seen any graphics upgrades in years.
I was wondering what
that computer that you were using when I first met you, how the hell you did 3/4 of the crap you did on that thing? I still don't know.
I mean, I heated my house with it. Let's be honest. It was beyond overclocked.
Oh my God.
One day it finally decided to quit. But again, you don't need equipment. You don't need gear.
That's why he breaks shit all the time. It's because he can't even see what's on the screen.
You learn exactly what your stuff can do.
What was the basis of that Facebook post you did? Was it really to see, or was it just like, I was wondering like what the angle, I was like, there's got to be an angle behind this post. What is this?
So, all right. I don't know. I was standing in line at Kohl's with the Amazon return, and I saw all the TVs left from Black Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Literally every Black Friday, everybody goes out and buys a TV. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, where are all these people buying TV? Is everyone buying TVs every year? Because like, I'm looking like mine's from 2013. It's fine. I don't need another one.
It's fine. You're such a dad.
And I was like, I got a TV at home. I don't need it. Like, but if I did buy another one, what do I do with the old one? I'm not a hoarder. I'm like, this thing is fine till it wears out.
Turn it into a computer monitor.
Yeah, don't give me an idea. That could happen, right? But I get there and I'm like, all right, let me just see what people spent. Like, because I also had Adrian. I saw one of Adrian's posts that was like, oh, if you don't have to buy this, or there was something about consumerism. I'm like, I'm gonna set a trap, and then do I put all these people on blast who bought all these big TVs, and then they go, well, I don't have any money for a course. I don't have money to invest in myself. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But it is quite the engaging post. There's like something like 40 or 50 comments on there. I haven't responded to a single one yet. And people I haven't seen in years on Facebook are commenting to tell me how much they spent, how big their TV is.
I was staring at it and I was like, is it even worth me putting my TVs? I've got like 6 TVs in my house for some reason, because we bought them and collect them like through the years. Like all my kids have TVs in their bedroom now, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why do we have so many TVs? Should I put that in the post that I have 7 TVs in my house? Like I even have a TV in my kitchen. It's like, what is that even? Like I got a little baby TV in there, and I'm like, but I can see the TV from my kitchen to my living room. So like, why do I have a TV in my kitchen, but I can see the TV in my living room? Like, what the hell is going on?
Just in case.
I'm like,
this is actually an intervention, Jamar. care
It's
too
fine.
much about you to let you keep living your life in this way.
No.
Well,
you need
my
more
oldest,
TVs.
my oldest TV is probably 2009, and then newest one's probably 2017. So I just like,
Okay.
you know, some were
So you've been
gifted.
5 years clean off TV.
Yeah, but I'm still on the wagon.
5
I
years
haven't fallen.
clean.
I mean, I was
TVs.
tempted, you know, at Costco to buy an 80-inch TV, like you
Yes.
know, it was like on sale. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
should I buy it? Should I not buy it? And I'm like,
Dude, that
I already have.
one that's like 8K or whatever, like the 8K.
Oh, right. You're
That's
just like,
the one. I already have my sights on it. That's the one I'm
Yep.
getting.
All right. But
Yeah.
where are you going to put an 80-inch TV? How big
can
are
put
your
it-
guys' walls?
Put it on the wall in your bathroom, like. Just,
I'm
Well,
just gonna sleep on it for the warmth.
Yeah. I mean,
you put it, Dom, you put it in the RV when you go to the races, and when you're on the infield, you have an 80-foot.
that's right.
Right. That's how you do it. That's how you
I use
roll.
my projector for that.
There you go.
Yeah,
That
again,
too.
Also, why would you need an 90-inch TV when you can get a projector for literally half the price?
Not as clear. Not as clear.
not near as
No.
clear.
I mean, man,
I
you
used
guys
to
are
be a
like
new
really-
TV every year kind of person because my mom would ask me what I wanted for Christmas. And every year, like, let's be honest, like I would just choose one gift and that was it, you know? And every year I would just be like, let's just get a new TV. I wouldn't go like top of the line, but now that I buy my own things, I'm like, well, I want that really top of the line one. I'm going to wait a couple years, but I need a place for these other TVs. So maybe I need a bigger house for the TVs and not get rid of the TVs. Probably. Like,
I was just going to ask, what do you do with the
it's
ones that stack
stupid.
up?
So I have two 65-inch TVs, one in our master bedroom, one in our living room. And then in my office, I have like a 42-inch. But I got the office one for free one time when I got a Samsung phone. So like, does it count? No. Like I did a promo and it got a free TV as a rebate. Like,
Is
I'm
that
here
so
for it.
Roscoe? Is that so Roscoe can watch it too, though? So he's got a bigger TV.
yeah, he actually doesn't have a TV, but let me tell you, the TV is always
Yeah.
on for the dogs because they're always in the living room where he is. And so the TV's always on in our house. It's a fire hazard, but like when I say the TV is always on in our house for sound for those animals, I get yelled at. Turn on the TV before we leave. Oh, because I'm like
Hey.
shooing her out the door because we're late for
When
everything.
has
It's
a
just like, but
TV
turn on
ever
the
been the
TV.
cause of a house fire?
Look,
fine.
I interned at Sam's Club and they left 35 TVs on 24/7. You're fine.
Exactly.
I'm sure it's a fire hazard.
No,
though.
really. Well,
Now
and
is the cord behind the wall? Do you one of those people that put the cord that's not supposed to go behind the wall? Because that is a fire hazard.
Oh, in the
No.
wall?
Yeah, they sell like those little like outlets that aren't an outlet, and like you're supposed to like put your cord and drop it behind the wall to make it look all
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
Oh,
All my TVs have that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a fire hazard. That
That's
will start
bad.
house
Is
fire.
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Because those cords are not. They're supposed to like. I guess they're not supposed to be insulated or not supposed to be behind a wall.
Yeah. There's a breathability there, and yeah,
Sounds
Yes.
like something Jason should know.
yeah. Jason, talk us through this.
Yeah, they
I'll
make
do
like.
gray hat
I've
stuff
seen
all day.
cord kits where they have made.
Yeah,
like,
great.
And I just wanted to make a point that an 8K TV is an investment in the future. That's all. That's all I wanted to say. There might not be something coming out in
So,
8K right
how
now.
how was the 8K marketers? How'd they get you hooked on that one?
It's
No,
like
I
5K, but it's 8.
I'm like the cheapest broad you'll ever meet. Like, I mean, look how I dress every day. Like, you know, so I just don't want to be spending. I don't want to be like, man, we bought this TV. It was on sale. It was only $1,000. And then in a year, realize it's obsolete and then start going to my sister's house and being like, wow, that looks so sharp and nice when you're watching football. You know what I mean? Because then it's just going to like irk my soul. So
It always irks my soul.
yeah.
So I end up with a new damn TV every 3 years. I'm like, damn, I'm so blind. That actually looks so clear. Like I almost feel like I don't need my glasses, which that would never happen. But like, you're like, oh, I think I could almost see that. It's like I put new glasses on.
Yeah.
I'm in the TV.
Kilkert,
That's
I
awesome.
agree with you. It's
Now-
like with the TV prices coming down every year, though. I mean, they're just cheap. You can get a 50-inch TV for like $400 right now. That used to be a $2,000 TV back in the day. Back in the day.
Dude, I still have my TV from 1994, my tube TV.
Dude,
That's a fire hazard. With the tubes in it still.
it was like
It's,
in a
you know, The big one with the handles that weighs
Yeah.
like 10,000 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And the only reason I kept it is because I still have my NES and I like playing Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
On the tube. Yeah.
I was
Dude,
like,
those
man,
TVs
this is
are
the
worth
only.
money now.
It's the only reason why I kept it. And now you're right, dude. I go to the vintage game store now, and those TVs are expensive. I was like, oh my god.
Funny.
Yeah, I feel like everyone, but although what I'm surprised, I mean, not surprised because it was horrible, but remember the ones that were like a big piece of furniture, the quote unquote big screen TVs that were like a big cabinet that were like,
Bro,
50
we
inches?
had that. That
We
was
did
us
too.
growing up. A huge ass wooden like cabinet.
The wooden ones, yes.
And then the TV like was glass or some shit.
Yeah, it was like a bookcase that it was, yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure. And I think that was like a couple $1,000s back in like the late 80s when my parents bought it, which is like $1 trillion in today's
Yeah,
inflated.
it probably cost as much as a good used car back then.
Oh yeah.
And those weren't built with those little straps to the wall, like they have from IKEA now. So that
That
massive
would
piece of
tip it
furniture
over.
would crush everyone.
Yeah,
Dude, we had a 52-inch TV in Southern California with a million earthquakes. That thing never moved.
Oh my god.
We just lost all of the Gen Z audience on Twitch. Just
Yeah.
here in your Gen Z. We're
Get
all a
off
bunch
my
of old
lawn.
millennials here.
Get off my lawn.
Somebody's paging my beeper.
911.
All right. Before I'd love the TV tangent, but let's
Yeah, segue.
Let's segue into you know what? Who's been around since old school big screen TVs is Pepsi. That's what we're gonna do. That's gonna be the segue.
Wow. Okay.
That's not
And if you think, I mean, this literally for me was like, you're not charging enough for whatever you do. I don't care what you do. I don't care what your prices are. You're not charging enough. And you're going to see why in a second. This is absolutely absurd.
Oh, this, yeah.
Let me find. Yeah, this where is it? Pepsi logo. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear it. Maybe, maybe not.
Any day now.
Any day now. Let's go here. All right, let's do it. Let's do a refresh. Let's see what
So
happens.
Pepsi paid over $1 million just to change this logo from the old logo to the new logo. What's truly insane is the document that went along with it. Look at this. Universal design principles. As you can see, a bunch of increasingly large and small circles with somewhat meaningless timelines here dating all the way back from 3000 BC to 2009. You have the Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, kind of setting the stage that something monumental is about to be presented here. Okay, tracing the Pepsi DNA. Okay, this is just drawing circles around all of this stuff. This is love. I love when graphic designers point to the golden ratio. It's like, okay, the golden ratio is cool. This is just an insane sheet, though. You would think this is a schematic for like building some like serious work of engineering. Okay, here you start to see the new logo. I actually like this right column. I think it's like, okay, cool. You show this like extensibility of the logo and a variety of things. You have this eye, multiple points of view, one object, this arbitrary set of degrees. I'm not even sure what's being communicated. Of the logo identity, gravitational pull. Typical gravitational pull of Pepsi. Pepsi proposition in the Pepsi aisle. Relativity of time and space. What the... this last slide is unreal. Light years, Pepsi Galaxy, Pepsi Universe. It's like a PhD document in quantum mechanics just to pitch this logo change of making it horizontal to like slightly vertical. Nuts. They paid $1 million for that. So Pepsi paid.
Wow.
What?
But yeah,
I mean,
you double your prices right now.
Everybody, because I watched that and I was like, are they kidding me here? And I think about just now somebody now. This is a Pepsi. This is a marketing, a corporate level marketing agency deal that was done.
Yep.
There were multiple people who make multiple six figures that signed off on that presentation. We're going to go pitch this to Pepsi and ask for $1 million. What?
Yeah.
The audacity.
Or did they pay the $1 million and then they're like, we have to justify the $1 million, so we're going to make this big long slide. Like when you have to add words in your
Yes.
school project to justify the word
Dude,
count.
how much
Absolutely.
acid did they do to like connect those to like those dots the way they did.
They switched it, went on Canva, smoked some weed, was like, this looks cool, and then we had to figure out how to make it seem impressive.
Can you imagine them building that what do you call it? It's like a promo deck, or what do they call that?
Oh, the pitch deck.
Or whatever.
Like a pitch deck. So they're putting this pitch deck together, right? They got golden ratios. They're like, damn, what else can we throw in there? Like gravitational pulls and
Truly, man.
Music's going on in the background, disco ball.
String theory. And then
So when we talk about marketing, everybody listening here, we talk about direct response marketing because we can measure our results. Like, how much more Pepsi did Pepsi sell after that $1 million redesign? Like, that is quintessentially lighting money on fire for the sake of lighting money on fire. Like, come on.
I'd be pissed if I was a Pepsi employee and I was like, well, I guess that's why I didn't get a raise this year.
Right. Oh, that's where the Christmas bonus went. Now
absolutely.
we have because this was 2009. So this was like height of recession, financial crisis, people getting laid off, and they go, you spent $1 million on that?
Yep.
Wait, so is that their current logo?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah. So wait, everyone here, logos do not matter. Do not stress over your logo.
No, logos
mine's
don't
pretty
matter.
cool, so that's fine.
Brands matter. Logos don't really matter.
Word.
Yeah. Colors don't really matter, but brand messages and
yeah.
What are you talking about? Gold and black slaps.
And lions roar.
Oh God.
Just saying.
Here's Kirk says here, designers have an eye for what they do, and they'll tell you if something's 1 pixel off or a wrong font or all sorts of stuff.
True.
Because they'll tell you that because you don't know, so you can get away with it. If you're an expert in a field and you're playing with other people who aren't, and you say it's 1 pixel off, it could determine whatever. You'd be like, okay, how much does it cost to fix it? 50,000. You got it.
Yeah. Now I get it. If you're a design firm, your logo better be cool as hell. But I mean, if you're like a YouTube channel, I don't think sure, you're gonna get a grumpy design. Again, if your YouTube channel is about graphic design, all right, fine. You need to make your logo look really cool. But like for 99% of the people there, sure, you'll get a grumpy designer that goes, oh, that's one off or that's this. But their opinion does not matter.
Do you think that also stands more for brick and mortar than it does like online? Because online is so fast, it's like you're not going to recognize it as much as you're walking into a store and you're like, wow, that color scheme looks so shitty. You know? That's
true. I would say that too. I've always had like, ever since the beginning, I've always been more of a word mark over a logo kind of guy. And word mark, for anyone watching, it's kind of almost like when your brand is spelled out as a word, but it's stylized font. Like Coca-Cola is a word mark. Yeah. Disney is a word mark. And I do that because when you're starting out, like when it forces people to read your name, like, can you imagine if Pepsi just launched with that little like orb thing and didn't have Pepsi underneath it all the time? Like, what is this? Or if Nike launched without that was just the swoosh and they didn't have Nike, because all the old Nike shoes had the word Nike on all of them. Only recently have they started removing the Nike from the logo.
Yeah.
So always go for a word mark when you're starting. Everybody at this level and watching, and anyone 2 or 3 levels above us, word mark all day long.
I like that.
And Canva's really, really good for that.
Yeah.
And again, no one's going to care if it's Helvetica or bold or semi-bold or Arial.
No, and there are designers too that will allow you to use their font, and then you can upload that font if it's not already on Canva. You can there's numerous websites I know because I have done this where I was specifically looking for a futuristic font for something, and I went to like a blog that had 50 different designers have 50 different futuristic fonts, where they would let you upload the fonts and use them basically trademark free. So I would take that and I just, I'd place them on Canva just to have access to them in the future. But yeah, you can find amazing designers that have put out some really creative fonts and name font, do it.
Yes.
I'm a Times New Roman kind of gal.
Glad you can't beat the classics. Tom, is this fonts found in Microsoft?
Microsoft.
I mean, that was true for a while, guys. There was a time when I didn't know how to use Canva, and I thought Canva was too complicated, so I used all of my graphic design in MS Paint.
What?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I understand because Canva wasn't around in 1990, but
no, it's 2017.
Canva was just years ago.
This was yeah. So this is a testament that anybody can make progress.
I don't even. Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny.
Guys, I tell people, I'm like, people are like, what's your secret? I'm like, well, I don't want to tell you because then the facade is ruined. I feel like people put me on a much higher pedestal than I'm actually on all the time.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's but you know, you guys know I used to use MS Paint as my graphic design tool.
That's fantastic.
That is my favorite story of all time.
Because it's so annoying when that pops up on your screen now. It's like, what would you like to open this with? And that's an option. You're like, get off my screen. Why are you still here? MS Paint? Nobody likes you.
There was a time where I clicked that.
He's going to have one of those little paper clips like start coming on the screen. Do you need help?
That's yeah. I wonder if does Go High Level allow you to customize the chat widget?
Oh,
I would for sure make a paperclip.
Dude, that would be so freaking funny.
Dude, my whole brand is like my whole when I transition from datapreneur to a personal brand, it is going to be the most ridiculous brand that there has ever been.
I love
like, guys, you're literally going to have to email me at domisthebomb.com. That is officially going to be my email sending address.
Dom is the bomb. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be completely off the wall because you know what? None of this matters. In the end of it, none of it matters. This is all here to value is entertainment has value. Thad, what do you have or Thad and Barb as personal brand people? If someone said email me at domisthebomb.com, would you ever forget it?
Nope. Nope.
And I would know everything I needed to know instantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this guy does not take his life serious. Does not take anything seriously, but at the same time, like
he's a high roller.
To a complete stranger, it could go one of two ways. Either A, this dude has like a crazy sense of humor and I absolutely love it, or this guy's a complete douche nugget. You know, there's no in between.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, if they think it's a douche nugget thing, like I don't want you in this court anyway. So like,
Right.
bye.
Right.
Exactly.
That's like
Polarization.
people you don't want to deal with anyway.
Yes. Don't again. What do we say? What do they say? Don't be afraid to be bold. I saw a TikTok or something. It was like, be bold or don't be afraid to push people away.
You got to make a new video with your Ferrari and put it in there. But like, yeah, if you really want to learn how to do this, go to domthebomb.com.
Dude, that would be an insane. That would be a YouTube ad for sure. I'd be like, I have to click on this guy's stuff. Like at some point.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
You just got to make like the stupidest ad. It'd be so good.
Like very oh fuck, what's the Danny McBride show? Fucking
Eastbound and Down.
yeah, it's very Eastbound and Down style.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
That is the way it goes. I'll be the classic 95, 98 lower look and feel. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. If High Level can do that, maybe. A segue. I don't know. Insert segue here. Talking about fish, because now I actually have to include all three things in the title in the show. So anyone here, let me know in the comments. Let me see if you guys have Chilean sea bass. Anyone had it before? Show of hands. Show of virtual hands. No one? Ever?
Huh.
You guys are uncultured swine.
Says the guy who doesn't know how to use Canva.
Dom is the bomb. Dom is the bomb here telling you you are unwashed swine.
Mr. Douche Nugget.
Exactly. There it is. Yeah. So apparently Chilean sea bass used to be a really, really almost like a trash fish until someone decided to reposition it in the market and raise the money, raise the price, and again, make a whole ton of money with the same product.
Chilean sea bass, nowadays one of the most
What?
No, I'll put it in the chat.
Oh.
prized and expensive fish in the market used to be nothing more than just discarded bycatch. I'm serious. In 1977, an American merchant saw a fisherman in Chile selling Patagonian toothfish as just accidental catch. But when he tried it, he was totally disappointed. It actually had barely any flavor at all. Most Chilean sea bass doesn't. But his marketing genius really showed through because he renamed the Patagonian toothfish as Chilean sea bass and brought it back to the US, calling it this blank slate fish that chefs could experiment with. And to say this worked would be an understatement. Today, Chilean sea bass, which is not a bass, nor is it typically from Chile, is one of the most prized fish on the market because he was right. Chefs can do literally anything with this fish and make it taste incredible. Chilean sea bass, nowadays, one of the...
I mean,
Sounds like
again, what was that?
It's just like lobster, though. They used to sell, give it to prisoners as food. It's like it's the worst thing, and yet we're so Americans are so stupid. I love it. We're like, hey, and they here you go. This is lobster. It sounds so whatever.
We're always susceptible to a good pitch. I mean, every single one of us is. I don't care. I can't tell you how many people who are like, again, I got my start in the car business going like, people come in, I'm not buying anything today. And then they leave in a brand new car 3 hours later. It's like,
Right.
All you need is a good pitch. That's it.
Yep.
Whether it be lobster, whether it be Chilean sea bass, brand new Cadillac, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's how you position the offer, right? I mean, they were talking, it's a bland ass fish, but you position it as, well, it's bland, but you can do anything with this fish. You can make it taste like anything. And then chefs are like, well, damn, if I can make this fish taste like this or this, then they can kind of get their creative genius on. And then they renamed it, right? So you throw some new, some new copy on it. It no longer is the bland ass fish. It's a Chilean sea bass. It sounds fancy.
Put a little
Right?
Mrs. Dash on there, spot sauce.
Yeah.
End of the sea.
$45.
Let me throw some adobo on there.
But even then, though, like even just positioning it as a blank slate for the chef to do whatever.
Right.
Like, you look at that. Was it the mushroom they call chicken of the woods? Like that's another one where it doesn't really like chicken's always been like a bland kind of protein to start with. But chicken obviously has had like the commodity of being just a very.
Are you talking about the mushroom?
Yeah,
That
there's
is-
a mushroom called chicken of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that now is positioned as chicken, which is kind of like a low level. Like you're not really going to charge a whole lot for chicken of the woods mushroom. But Chilean sea bass, they could have called it chicken of the sea. And kind of done the same thing. You can make this taste like anything, but they didn't call it chicken of the sea. They called it Chilean sea bass.
Dad has a very strong opinion about unseasoned chicken. If you ever want to listen to it, it's quite amazing.
I mean, it's not that amazing. It's just, but it's exactly what you were saying, Dom. It's completely blank slate. You know what I mean? And chicken of the sea is actually taken by a tuna company. Weird enough to say. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, you're so right. Like it's just all about how you position in the first place. Because I mean, hell, you could probably turn, if everybody didn't know everything tasted like chicken because it has no fucking taste. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, hey, there it is. And you better put something on it. Otherwise, you just got texture in your mouth. But it's all about how you position it in the first place. If they position chicken a little bit better, you could turn it into one of those like exotic things that people, bend over backwards. Like, oh, you got to have this chicken, like whatever you want, like weird name you want to put on it.
Have you been to
You know what I
therapy
mean?
about
Make
your
it fancy.
anger
put
I
it in
know.
a
I'm like,
dress.
Dad, what chicken hurt you?
Yeah.
What
No,
birthday?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of unseasoned chicken. That's what Mark was alluding to. It's boring, it's bland.
This is
Don't
the
make your
most work
content like
I've ever
unseasoned
seen in
chicken.
my life.
Ever. His face is red and everything.
And this is the second time today I've had to hear it. I've loved it every time.
Yep.
I had no idea. So, all right. So, I mean, I think I might just cause a stroke here because we recently got Raising Cane's up here in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah,
And
good.
I'm not a huge fan. It's not seasoned that well.
You're from Pennsylvania.
Says
though.
the
You
guy
don't-
who threw chicken fries in his air fryer the other
I
day.
mean, come on.
I mean, look, the really good marketing got me in the store, and I'll be the sweet tea is really good, but like, I don't see the reason why to go to Cane's over KFC.
Oh,
Dude. Oh.
ah.
11 herbs and
Oh,
spices
KFC
versus.
is-
Okay, Dom, just stick to making sure our email goes out and things are plugged in. Okay, just
I'm making no friends.
know
with
your
chicken front.
lane, because yikes.
I mean, I do
Wow.
like KFC, but also it's sus. Let's admit it.
Yeah.
Sus.
But I also get like 4 pieces of bread when I go to Raising Cane. So like you're missing the whole
Bread
damn
was
point.
good.
Like,
Yeah.
Slaw it's delicious.
Yeah. Again, all of the accoutrement around the chicken was good. The chicken though left something to be its desired. I mean,
I feel like it tastes fresh.
Did you
Like,
order it with stuff on it, or did you get it just the regular breaded? I mean, they
Can you order with anything on it? I just said it was like, do you want chicken and this? Like it's chicken. Like their set menu is very simple.
it's
right,
simple.
but you have the regular
Yeah.
breaded or the one with the Raising Cane's sauce on it to make it hot sauce.
But that's the sauce. That's not the chicken.
Well, okay.
The sauce is good. That's around the chicken. No,
That's
it's
chicken.
relatively
You know,
unseasoned.
chicken's blank.
Yeah, blank slate.
It's all about what you put on it. You know, the 11 herbs and spices, or it's Raising Cane sauce, or
Okay,
Chick-fil-A
but Raising
sauce, or
Cane
whatever your
chicken
sauce might
with
be.
Louisiana hot sauce
Yeah,
and some ketchup. That's all you need.
that's it.
Okay.
Ranch.
So I must admit that the
Ranch.
marketing was really, really good. So it got me in the
I'm
door.
here for that too.
I do think it's.
You need a Bojangles.
I've been those. I was not like,
Bojangles is subpar.
Oh, it's freaking.
Dom's gonna go from Kohl's over to get his biscuit at Bojangles, and then go to Kohl's, and hey,
Well, apparently Kohl's is positioned different up north as it is down south as well. We've
say
learned that.
He's gonna be talking about pie at Village Inn pretty soon.
yes, yes, it's on your
I
time of
hate you
year.
guys so much.
Someone has to bring you here.
I know.
Hey Dom,
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck off. So anyone doesn't know, Scotty was pointing to a corner shelf behind him that he had no idea was available on Amazon.
I have that same one.
I was enjoying many sales a day until I go, hey Scotty, that's a review, and then all of a sudden my sales stopped. I go to check the listing, and Mark Scott is in the spot that I was in.
and I found out it was at the dumpster, and I picked it up for free. I didn't even know where I got the thing. I was like, it was by the dumpster. Somebody tossed it out.
Scott, that is a TikTok right there.
100%.
How many of those? Yeah, how many of those are you selling per day?
I'll have to look. I don't look at shit like that, but I will tomorrow. I'll see how many.
It was a lot. I mean, I'm sure I was getting probably 10 or 15 a day. It was a good find. And I was like, hey, the sandbox is big enough for all of us to play in. You should go do that. And I shot myself in the foot.
I can't make
Hey,
it.
the dog treats.
That too. Yeah, that's another one.
They're just gonna rotate.
That's
it.
true.
Hey, if you've speaking of which, that's a very good point, Reagan. So we're all reading Todd's book, right?
Yes.
Well, read.
Well,
Listening.
listen to
Yeah,
it.
we don't read here.
Audible.
But doesn't that part make sense about what they do at Amazon with the preferred sellers?
With the buy box?
Yeah. So, that question people had, like, what happens if the 6 rotation? I mean, they're not going to reinvent the wheel. They're doing something like that, right? They've got it. So if I'm on the rotation right now, anybody else can be there tomorrow or the next day. And it's going to basically average out who's ever in the preferred buyers club at some point. And so you're just going to split the commission.
Yeah, it evens out. It evens out.
Meaning there is no competition because you just have to get it up there. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Post the damn
It's just-
content.
It just post it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. There is we're giving out stuff for free here. Just don't worry about whether there's competition or not. Because again, like we said, there isn't, because Amazon rotates and they spread the love very, very well.
There
But that
are
goes for
absolutely.
anything. Like, you don't even have to blanket it to that. Like, just post the content. Eventually it'll reach the people it's supposed to reach. Just keep doing the thing and hit the post button. Like, we preach that all the time on this channel, and like we can rein it up to like nothing happens without the content, so post the shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. What I love about a lot of the stuff that we're doing now is that the content like pays you, like the content pays you for weeks and months. And I mean, I haven't quite hit a year yet. I will next year, but it's amazing that one piece of content will just, even if it pays you, a couple bucks per day, I don't even give a shit. It only took me 2 minutes to film it.
Yep.
2 minutes to film it, 2 minutes to post it, and it's going to pay me for the next year. Like, why would I ever post on TikTok? Not that TikTok ever lets me post on there, anyways.
You've been I was going to throw you under the bus there.
Yeah.
No, TikTok is a motherfucker. I'm just gonna delete like 2/3 of my videos, like 800 videos. I'm just gonna like private all of them because they reach back 3 years and they violate me. And every time I'm like able to post again, I literally get one day and I'm like getting ready to post and it's like violated, and there's like, oh shit. I appeal it. They give me the video back, but they're like, nope, you can't post for another week. Sorry, bitch. I'm like, God damn.
And for the TikTok moderator listening to this now, it's at Future Affiliate Pro. Remember, ban the account.
I have been dealing with it easily for like the last 6 weeks. I get my account back to basically post and comment, and I'm like, awesome. I go and I comment. I like some of your guys' stuff. I'll post some stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm going to post a video, and it's like violated. I'm like, oh, God damn it.
That's crazy.
But that's why building your business on TikTok is, I know building your business on TikTok is like really hot and trendy, and it has been for like the past 18 months, but it is absolutely not. Like it's a house of sand. It's a foundation of sand.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place for traffic, but I'd rather get traffic off of Amazon personally.
Yes, 100%.
I want both. I'm agreed.
Both is good. Both is good, but I'm going to start trying out buyers' emails from Amazon. That's my next little side project here to put to the test.
I think that's a good closing mark.
Okay.
Great cliffhanger.
That's a good cliffhanger. So hopefully in 2 weeks, I'll have some more data. Let you guys know what's going
loop.
on. Yes, open
Lesson
loop.
learned.
Point break.
Point break. All right. So what have we learned? Scotty needs to show up sauced. Thad has very strong chicken opinions.
Yeah.
I apparently am chicken ignorant. This has been a very, productive episode.
And Waffle House ignorant.
That's true. I have never been to a Waffle House.
That's what my mind.
Yep. Blasphemy.
How?
All right.
There's no way that's possible.
No.
Never been. I've only ever passed them driving down to Florida.
How do you know if an emergency is serious or not?
I mean, I guess we
You've
don't have
never-
emergencies that
You've
serious
never
up north.
You've never been hungry and drunk at 2 a.m.
That's what Wawa and Sheetz are for.
No.
No. Or occasionally Denny's when they were open 24 hours. They're not open 24 hours anymore.
It's not the same.
No.
No.
Y'all don't have Taco Bell over here?
Yeah,
friends?
it's a Taco Bell kind of thing in my
Taco
life.
Bell's another good one too.
Taco Bell's okay. It's okay.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
Waffle House is a nice place where you can go sit and kind of sober up and just enjoy and bask in the middle of the night wild kingdom of human interaction. You know, between the drunken people, the homeless people, the meth cook that's behind the counter cooking your eggs with a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. You know what I mean? Like it is a full on experience that like no other.
Like it. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have to make the Misfit meetup in Waffle House territory somewhere. I guess
You got him right. Tomorrow you've got one in Houston, right?
No, I mean, I got one a mile from my house.
There you go. Bam. There's 2 more reasons to go to Houston. Pallets.
Oh, pallets and Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need I say
think,
more?
In fact, I think Houston might be like one of the top places for pallets. I've been doing a little bit of research this week.
Oh yeah. You scored on yours. That's gonna be another cliffhanger. Come back next week. I have to write this down so we actually talk about it in 2 weeks because we're gonna forget.
I would have created
we could
some
always just go back
TikToks.
and watch our episode.
Who does that?
That won't
Speaking
happen.
of which, go over to YouTube, subscribe, and watch all the old episodes.
Yeah, somebody asked about the feet pics. It was at the very beginning. That was the first topic we covered. Go check it out at our wonderful channel now, digitalmarketingmisfits.com.
Yes.
Yep.
That is over there. And I think we're gonna call that. We're coming right up on the hour. So everyone, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Sweet.
Guys, we really need an outro. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like this episode, please leave us a review, or better yet, take a screenshot on your phone, post it to social media, and tag us